Well, good morning. Technically the first day of spring. Well, for me it's the first day of spring, 1st of March today. It's about 10 to 7 in the morning. And when it tends to get a little bit lighter in the morning, I tend to go for a good old strut for an hour or so. Wake up and that. So it's a bit frosty this morning. And I haven't done a walkabout video for ages. And I need to do some more of them. Because I like doing them. Talking a load of gibberish while I'm having a strut. In the summer, because I get up really early for work, I have been known to go out for a strut about 2 o'clock in the morning. Which is a bit weird for some maybe, but for me it works well because I'm usually up about 2 o'clock in the morning every morning. That's the thing what you have to do, you know, to get up when you got cats. If you got cats, they'll get you up at 2 o'clock in the morning, believe you me. So yeah, so I'm going to show you a little bit of the scenery and talk a load of waffle most probably, you know. So as you can, it is pretty fresh this morning, so there you go. So you see a very hard frost this morning. What I have seen lately is birds of prey, but we've had some birds of prey flying about past few weeks actually. I went to Tadcaster just before Christmas. Went to Samuel Smith's brewery, and over in that area I can't believe the amount of birds of prey they had flying about. Not too sure what type of birds of prey they were. Could have been kites, falcons, I don't know. Falcons, might be. So there you go. Now this is a little tip for all you townies out there, is when you go for a strut in the countryside, always take notice of that sign. Because believe you me, cows with calves, they can get funny, they can be funny buggers. We've had incidents where people got injured because obviously the mother's very overprotective towards its calf. But if you get between them, it's not very good. So you be wary if you're a townie and you're watching this and you go for a walk in the countryside, don't get between the cow and the calf. The morning is always the best time of day. Always has been. When I was younger and I lived back down at home, his home, Eastbourne is my home. It all stems from going fishing early in the morning. Used to do spoon netting and prawning. What is prawning? Spoon netting is prawning. I used to go out with my father about 3 o'clock in the morning, and we used to go down to this place called Burling Gap, which is I think it was used for smuggling back in the day. It's like a little cove. It's between Eastbourne and Eastdean, if you're familiar with Eastdean. I used to go down to the bottom of the cliffs early in the morning with our spoon nets, and you used to see the sun come up at the bottom of these white cliffs. Beachy Head Cliff was round the corner, and used to do spoon netting, and used to go down these gullies at the bottom of the cliffs, really deep gullies. Some of them were known for being over 20 foot deep. And you know, pretty dangerous because the rocks were slippery as well. So we used to go down there, do the spoon netting. I used to love watching the sun come up and just walking along here and seeing that sun come up. It's just reminding me a little bit of them times, you know. It's funny, isn't it? How certain things just remind you when you were a kid. Happy times when you were a kid. Just love it. The peace and quiet of it. Unlike some idiot with his phone walking across the field. Anyway, one morning we went down there to the bottom of this cliff, spoon netting prawns like you do, and we saw this young lad come down. And we had all the gear, we had all the nets, we had all the poles and that, and we weren't catching anything. And he had a bit of rope and a bag. And where we were, we had about 8 spoon nets in these pools. We weren't picking up nothing. We were having a disastrous day. And this young lad comes along with a bit of rope and a bag, goes right out to the shore. Tide was out, went right out to where the tide was. And we saw him drop this rope into the sea where the tide was coming in. Don't know how the hell he did it. And we saw a silhouette of a lobster. Unbelievable! What the hell was that all about? And I said to my old man, I said, "You only got a rope. You hadn't even got a lobster pole. How the hell did he do that?" Unbelievable. Anyway, we're in the field where the bull is, but the bull's obviously it's too cold for the bull, so he's back in the farm. But you hear him at night. Look at that. That is exactly what I mean about the sun. In the morning, the glow of it. And it just reminds me of that time fishing. Beautiful. So just approaching the village of Hartforth, and you just hear the birds. I don't know what it is about something as simple and as beautiful as a sunrise. Whenever I'm out walking and you see something like that, it just kind of like puts a lot of things into perspective in a way. Something as simple that we take for granted every day, and you see it in all its glory like that. It does put life into perspective, and yeah, just get a weird funny old feeling about it. Start thinking of people who are not here anymore and stuff, you know. Friends you've lost over the years, you know, your father and stuff. It's a weird one, that. Strange. This is the beck that runs through my village. That flooded my house over 10 years ago. When I first moved here, this field was full of rape. And now it's completely different. This field is owned by the big house on the hill. Not that place over there, that's Hartforth Hotel, but used to be a hotel. But that house there, and the gamekeeper's houses next door to him. I see myself very fortunate living here, and I never take it for granted living in the country. Up to over 15, well, I've been living here about 15 years now, and every day I always appreciate that I live out here. Up to 15 years ago I was a townie, and when we decided to move out here, I honestly thought that I wouldn't be able to hack it, because obviously you got to drive everywhere. There's nothing really on your doorstep as such. You know, I don't, it does cause a little bit of hassle now and again, especially if it's snowing. For getting to work or going to the shops or whatever. But the pros totally outweigh the cons, because you're surrounded by this beautiful countryside, and whenever you feel a bit depressed, or you feel a bit down, or you feel a bit pissed off, it's always great coming out here. It just gets your head sorted, if you know what I mean. And living in a town, you won't get that. It's full on. You're surrounded by people. You're in the rat race, if you want to call it that. But no, I never take it for granted. Never take anything in life for granted. Smile for the camera. Hello, mate. How you doing? Is it feeding time? Is it? Oh God, they're all coming after me. Look at all these. No, I haven't got any food for you. Sorry. And I'm not coming out to nick any of you either. Glorious, isn't it? Look at that. I've done videos before of this walk, but it never gets bored doing them. It's just fantastic. That isn't glorious. I don't know what is. One of the things I love about where I live is that the countryside itself in Yorkshire, in the Dales, going over towards, even to the lakes, it's kind of like really left alone from anything modern. There is areas towards, I think it's Morecambe, Lancaster way, where they've got these electric, these wind turbine bollocks, which I think are a complete blight on the landscape, to be honest with you. You're trying to be green, but you're ruining the landscape. Totally against it, to be honest. They should put them out at sea somewhere or whatever. But it's just, apart from that, it's completely left alone and completely natural, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be, to let the wildlife flourish, and live their life. God, I was going to say something there, but I can't remember what I was going to say. I was on preaching mode then. I'm trying to be... But that's what it should be, though. It should be just left alone and not tampered with by humans, because after all, humans are a disgrace to this planet, aren't they? To be honest, we're complete arseholes to the way we treat this planet, but that's the way it goes, I suppose. I better shut up now and I'll stop waffling. It's just beautiful. It feels it's coming alive. It does feel like the first day of spring. There's a little bit more life. You can hear the birds. I'll give you a sense of direction in a minute, just in case anyone wants to know. Over there in front of us, that is the Tees Valley, is it? The Middlesbrough's over there. Along the top of that ridge, you got the 66 over there. My village is over there, not tucked behind that hill, so I've got to drive up a very steep hill to get to the 66 to get out of the village. And you got the Mainsgill Farm Shop, which is over there. So that road goes over towards the Lake District. So you got Darlington, Middlesbrough, A1 runs down there, Richmond over that hill. Yeah, down over that way, the Yorkshire Dales is literally over there. Someone asked me once if I ever regretted moving north. I think there's only one regret for me moving north, is that I miss my friends, my old friends. There was personal reasons why I moved north. I'm not going to go into that. I do miss my old friends a lot. I haven't been down south for a while now, and your proper friends are the ones which you can just be normal with, even if you don't see them for years. And yeah, I do miss me old mates a lot, being up north. But there's pluses living up north as well. People seem to be more open, more friendlier. You could say, from a cynical point of view, they're being nosy. That's a cynical point of view. But overall, people are very, very nice up north. You do get the old arsehole wherever you go. Wherever you go, there's always arseholes, isn't there? But overall, people are very warming, easy going up north, which I like. And of course, I haven't mentioned that a single word of this. It must be the first video I've ever done where I've never mentioned the word beginning with B, ending in R, with 2 E's in between. That's good up here as well. I do enjoy. But overall, yeah, the north of England has got a lot of heart about it, and I like that. And I like the history as well, about the north as well. It's got a lot going for. It's got a lot more going for it. The north for me. When I was growing up, it felt like I was a little bit of a bubble in the south. Never really explored anywhere, but since I moved up north, you got to drive everywhere, whatever you want to do. It's a little bit more spread out, and you start to see things and appreciate things a lot more in the north, I suppose. So for me, yeah, I do, very much accustomed to living up north now. And of course, the south is a lot more expensive. You get these politicians saying that there's no north-south divide. There is a massive divide. There's a massive divide. If you've got money, you'd be happy in the south. But if you haven't got that much money, it's a tough life, I think. Tough life. Private fishing lake. There you go. There we go. Where we are. So we've walked basically over there, behind that, and we've gone right away, around in a circle. We got that big house from earlier over there with the gamekeepers' cottages. Well, building up an appetite, I suppose. Time for a sausage sandwich, maybe in a minute. Well, if you made it so far, all the way to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching it. I really appreciate it. Put in the comments if you want anything to say, or please subscribe like you do. I'll be doing some more of these videos. I think I like doing my channel. I love my channel, so we'll do some more videos. My feet are getting wet now. Definitely. It's just brilliant being out this time of day. Absolutely, just brilliant. Just brilliant. So yeah, so thank you again for watching this video. I must well see you on another review. I won't say the word B-E-E-R. trying to refrain from mentioning that in this one, to be honest. So it's time for me to have most probably a sausage sandwich or something, cup of tea. Got to pop into town and stuff and do some stuff. And I'll see you on another one. Look after yourselves, everyone. Bip bip.